game. Hard to know where and when, how that all starts.
In top 25 college hoops, Wisconsin beat California. Temple knocked off number 10 Kansas. Todd Ent, ABC Sports.
This is Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Good morning, everybody. 17 minutes after the hour. Welcome to the Sunrise Show. Craig Froning is your host. Getting ready. The 23rd. Going to be 58 degrees today. Well, wanted to bring in Michael Bull. He's the volunteer and high school youth pastor out at Eagle Point Community Bible Church and has grown up there because his father, Dick Bull, has been the pastor since 1979, and they've got an amazing offer. They have been offered $1 million matching funds for Eagle Point Community Bible Church, but the deadline is March 31st of 2015 in order to reach that goal. They've raised a couple $100,000. We're going to hear about that. And Michael, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me, Craig. I'm pretty excited about this project.
Well, this is amazing. Think and not that all the churches are doing great works in the valley. I mean, just a shout out to the workers and those kind of things and everything else. It's not that. It's that Eagle Point Community Bible Church does so much for the community of Eagle Point and the youngsters. We're seeing this growth with young people, and they're having fun. They're socializing, and it's good, healthy fun. And we want to do nothing but support that.
Yeah, we get about 150 kids every Wednesday night coming down between our young Awana group that we come in. That's like grade school and a little bit younger. And then we have a middle school group for the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And then our high school group meets at our church and then goes to a local gym to play games and get together and get in God's Word there. And so, on average, about 150 kids every Wednesday, in addition to our other ministries throughout the week.
That's exactly right. And this is the exciting part about it. It isn't raising, I mean, obviously, it's all the groups that raise money, and it's so difficult dollar by dollar. But this is dollar equals $2.
That's right.
I mean, up to $1 million now. There's also this capital expansion program that, because you've added on, and there's some wonderful history behind this Eagle Point, Community Bible Church. You go to the website, epcbc.org. I mean, 1893 in Eagle Point,
right.
And then was it the Taylor family that gave a chunk of land in 1906, something like that?
Yeah, so the church started in 1893 in a little log cabin, and then it moved to the current location where it's at now in, I believe, 1904. The church, the first portion of the church was built in 1905. The bell tower, that the bell is still there today, from 1906. And then it just kind of grew and expanded with the community. It was a community church. It was there to serve the people of Eagle Point and Upper Rogue since then. And we've had kind of a growth that you can see, inequality to the community that's been there.
Right.
And that it wasn't ever something where it's just the people that go to the church that get ministered to. It's all about the kids, the elderly, the families, everybody in our community that we're trying to reach out to.
Well, and you look at the different, quote-unquote, whether it used to be a Grange Hall back in the day, the church, a school, those were all central meeting facilities for the community, and I think we've lost a lot of that. I mean, I have kids that have gone up through school, and back in the day when it was PTA, but they had, school carnivals and things like that. It's tough to bring families out to those kind of things, and so to have families doing this is huge, but your facility is bulging at the seams. They've added on. I know, from 1950, in fact, Dick Bull said, well, since 1979, how many additions have there been? But now you got to have more room for the kids, because you're even going to gymnasiums.
Yeah, we've kind of put Band-Aids on our building program for a long time and piecemealed it together. And about 3 years ago, we sat down. There was some visionary in our church that sat down and said, we really need a master plan for how we can best utilize this limited space we have as far as the real estate that we have downtown Eagle Point. We looked at purchasing land outside the city, but that would limit our ability to minister to the kids in the town that we feel is one of our most vital ministries. And so we looked at utilizing what we have to the best of our ability. We came up with a master plan, and we really feel it was a miracle. About the same exact time that we came up with a master plan, we sent it to an architect contractor for a bid, and at the same time that we got this bid of ballpark a $2 million facility, there was an anonymous donor that came forward and offered up $1 million matching gift, so that as people within our church, within the community, from wherever, if they could support this, every dollar they give would be matched up to $1, up to $1 million, which would enable us to build the facility we're looking to do.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's wow is right. Oh, and you're next to the Grange, and they've been good neighbors. They've sold off land, and now it's a matter of they can't. They're there. And you said, Michael, that being in that central, location, right?
Yeah, well, on a Wednesday night, I mentioned we have about 150 kids. I'm going to say half of those kids, whether they're high schoolers, middle schooler, or of that grade school age, they're walking or they're riding their bike to our church. Their parents, some don't even know they're there. Some could care less where they're at. Some probably don't even know where their parents are at. But they're coming to our church for a good time, for fun. They get some food, they get fellowship, and they get God's word. And they wouldn't be getting that if they had to get a ride.
Yeah, and we talk about, all the time here, are we making it better? Are we mentoring our kids? Are we showing them leadership? Are we giving them the skills? And I'll tell you what, Michael, with all the young people that I see today that are successful, whether they're athletes, whether they're doing great in academics, they have a support system. It can be one family member that supports them, and they can do incredible things. If they don't have that, it's like they're lost at sea almost.
Yeah, we see the same thing. We see kids come in that I'm sure they have a parent. They might not have any relationship with a parent. Their closest relationships are typically with their friends, which can be a great influence or a very poor influence depending on their friends.
We've got Michael Bolin, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a break coming up, but he is the volunteer and high school youth pastor out of Eagle Point Community Bible Church. Get to their website, epcbc.org, or the office phone number, 541-826-2767. And they're out on South Shasta Avenue there in Eagle Point. We're going to be continuing this conversation with Michael after the break. Amazing ability for $1 million to be matched for the community of Eagle Point. Think what that money would do.
Good things. It's going to help our community.
It's going to be great. We'll be right back. The Bloomberg Market Update is coming up next. News Radio 880 KCMX and the Sunrise Show will continue after that.
The American consumer says goodbye to 2014, feeling the most confident since January 2007. From Bloomberg World Headquarters, I'm Charlie Pellet. It indicates a strong start to the new year for the U.S. economy. Also this morning, we got data showing gross domestic product grew at a 5% annual rate from July through September. Lindsay Pieggs is chief economist at Stern, Agee & Leach.
Very impressive numbers, and certainly on the heels of 4.6% in the second quarter. This fuels the Fed's argument that the economy is taking steps in the right direction towards that eventual point of recovery and being able to withstand higher rates.
Also today, consumer spending beat forecasts as gasoline costs fell. Hertz, meanwhile, is raising prices for rentals, citing the cost of cars. Dow Industrials top 18,000 for the first time. The Dow up 60 points to 18,019, an advance of 0.3%. And that's a Bloomberg.
Do you know someone who actively and constructively advances peaceful conflict resolution and community building in Southern Oregon? Nominate them for an Imagine Award. A beautiful evening of friendship and a recognition ceremony will be held April 23rd, 2015. Go to Mediation Works website, mediation-works.org, to download a nomination form or call 541-770-2460 for more information. Sponsored by Radio Medford, KOBI NBC 5, Providence Medford Medical Center, Avista, Pacific Power, Lithia, and Dutch Bros.
Thanks for calling Toyotathon, our biggest event of the year. This is Jan.
Oh, hi, Jan. We're looking for a new Toyota.
Perfect timing. You can get amazing deals at Toyotathon.
Oh, that sounds great. Now, let me ask you, if we're looking... Kevin, honey, I'm on the phone with Jan from Toyotathon.
No way! You're getting me a new Toyota? Yes! Is it the new Camry?
Well, we do have great deals on the bold new Camry.
Yes! I'm getting a Camry!
Honey, Kevin just got his license. On top of that, we were talking about a Prius and a Tundra.
You can get big savings on a fuel-efficient Prius or a tough, rugged Tundra.
Please say the Prius is for me and not Kevin.
Have you thought about a stylish and dependable Corolla?
Can we get a deal?
You bet.
Where can you find the best selection and the best deals here in Southern Oregon? Lithia Toyota of Medford, 1420 North Riverside Avenue. View our huge Toyota inventory online.
Now through January 5th, Toyota-thon is on. Toyota, let's go places.
On the best days of Christmas, Ulta Beauty gave to me a 12 fragrance gift set, 11 Etsy polishes, $10 glitter eyeliner, 9 shiny gift cards, 8 hour skin protectant, 7 Stila glosses, Frisky 6 line by Benefit, 5 Urban Decay naked palettes, 4 living proof hair products, 3 Daisy Dream perfumes, 2 Faced cosmetics, and 1 luxury bathrobe free with $40 fragrance purchase while supplies last.
Hurry in for the best beauty deals and gifts of the season. Ulta Beauty, gift gorgeously.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends.
In biology,
In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today? The only thing I didn't learn today?
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Recently, the U.S. Navy delivered tons of food to hungry people halfway around the world.
But you could help someone in your own community simply by donating a can of soup.
Last week, a Navy doctor saved the life of a total stranger.
Just like you could, by giving a pint of blood.
Right now, a Navy captain is providing guidance to 5,000 young men and women at sea.
While there's at least one young person in your neighborhood who could use your guidance.
Next month, a team of Navy Seabees will change a child's life by building a school in an impoverished area.
You could do the same, simply by volunteering once a week to read at a school right down the street.
The men and women of America's Navy do some amazing things to make the world a better place. So can you. Whether it's by donating food or simply giving time, right in your own backyard. Brought to you by America's Navy.
Hi, Josh here from A Affordable Royal Flush. You could be at the biggest football game of the year.
Your Oregon Ducks play New Year's Day, taking on the defending national champion Florida State Seminoles in the Rose Bowl. You have a choice to listen to the game on News Radio 880 KCMX or be in Pasadena for the Tournament of Roses.
Like A Affordable Royal Flush on Facebook and enter to win your tickets for the Rose Bowl. And go Ducks!
The Dow in record territory. It's trading above 18,000 for the first time ever. Traders are encouraged by signs the U.S. economy continues to improve. In New York, Mayor Bill de Blasio laying some flowers on the memorial that's been set up in Brooklyn for the 2 police officers gunned down last weekend. De Blasio says he plans to attend both funerals. The first will be this Saturday. Gaining ground, ISIS militants have returned to the outskirts of a strategic oil refinery town after being driven out last month. Tens of millions of Americans are getting away for Christmas. What's the weather going to be like?
The weather forecast for Christmas Eve is not good for drivers. Up and down the East Coast, these big rains are going to mean some very slick roads for those who are trying to get to loved ones for the holiday. Air travel should be kind of light, but expect some delays at some of the major hubs, Atlanta, D.C., New York, and Boston. David Curley, ABC News, New York.
Christmas present for those of you who are driving this holiday. Gas prices down to their lowest price in 5 years. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The latest from the KCMX Weather Center calls for mostly cloudy skies with a chance for rain today and tonight. The high near 56, the low around 43, and then some fog. Otherwise sunny on Tuesday with the high near 53. Depend on News Radio 880 KCMX for weather 24 hours a day.
Whoa! There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Visit discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
With the Bloomberg Small Business Report, I'm John Tucker. Staples fielded a study to explore the concerns of small business owners and their overall level of knowledge about business performance. The results are a little disturbing. 40% of small business owners wish they'd known more about management before starting their businesses. Staples says the survey found while an overwhelming amount, 94% of small business owners are confident in managing their finances, less than half, about 45%, can even define basic accounting principles such as accounts receivable and accounts payable. And 23% admitted to bouncing a check in the past year. More survey results include the fact that more than a quarter of respondents lose sleep over their cash flow, and nearly half, about 48% of small business owners, will pay others before paying themselves. And that's the Bloomberg Small Business Report. I'm John Tucker.
Now, back to Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. 33 minutes after the hour, coming right into it. We got Michael Bull in the studio this morning. He is a volunteer and high school volunteer for the high school youth pastor, actually, and son of Dick Bull, the pastor, for 35 years out there at Eagle Point Community Bible Church. And Michael, it's great to have you in. And this matching grant, this matching donation of $1 million, this is exciting from the standpoint that for every dollar you raise, 2 is coming in.
For every dollar we raise, 1 is matched to that.
Matched, exactly.
2, yeah.
So a total of 2, right? And you've worked hard all throughout this year. There's a couple $100,000 you've got so far.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a matter of maximizing your assets, and you've only got till March 31st.
Right, and we're hoping the end of the year has a draw to people as they can get some tax advantages for giving for the end of this 2014 tax year.
Very powerful.
So we're hoping a lot of money comes in the next week or two, and then typically, just looking at fundraising data, the majority of money usually comes in the last quarter. So we're hoping we have a real strong finish these next 3 months.
On the website, epcbc.org, you've got the Arise page, correct?
Yeah, that's the name of our fundraiser, is Arise.
Arise, and so you can go to the website and donate right there.
Yep, you can do it all online.
So that works out excellent. It's just a matter of easy, and they've even got a picture of what you want to do, and you're going to use existing as much as you can.
We're utilizing all the existing building in some way, shape, or form. There's a very small percentage of the building that's actually getting torn down. It's our existing administrative space.
The website, of course, it's epcbc and then .securegive.com, and there's a link right there on the webpage, the Arise Help page. Great to see that. And Michael, this serves people. It does of all types. the kids, the families, and better than I, the breakdown of the family.
Yeah.
You see it every week with kids that are, I hate to say it, raising themselves. They're survivalists. And then you've got families, and it's just a matter of they're stretched too thin. The money doesn't run to the end of the month. There's too much money. There's too much month at the end of the money. And how do they make all this fit? And mentoring these kids is great. Tell us about some of the other programs that are going on at Eagle Point Community Bible Church.
Yeah, well, I think people typically, maybe if they're not involved in a church very intimately, they think of a Sunday morning service.
Right.
They think people come fill a pew on Sunday morning and they leave, and that's the church's entire role in the community, is a Sunday morning 2 hours. And it's much more holistic than that. It's throughout the week. We do offer a Sunday morning service at 10 o'clock, and that's great. God's word is preached, he's worshiped. We offer Bible studies almost every night of the week for veterans, we've got an Alcoholic Anonymous meeting there. We have the Boy Scouts meeting there.
Great.
We have the Wednesday night ministry to all the youth. We have a ministry just to moms, because I think Lord knows that moms are working hard out there and they're taxed. So that we have child care and a ministry to moms. It's all week long. If you go to our church building any night of the week, it's going to be packed full of people getting ministered to. And our goal is to reach our community for Jesus Christ. That's what it's all about. And the way Jesus did that was practically. It was feeding people. It was teaching people. It was loving on people. And so that's what we're trying to do there.
Yeah. I talk about this all the time, and that is help someone or just give them a smile. Mm-hmm. Just anything to do to alleviate their pain and get them away from reaching for drugs and alcohol. And we've just come out of this horrible election process with the recreational marijuana and that kind of thing. The kids, they're not very happy about it.
No, I was just telling you, somebody that I know quite well that's a high school student is very upset about it because this just makes it that much harder to control. He said it's already in his face every day at lunch, in the hallways. He's seeing this go on, and it's depressing to him.
Well, and I've said it, it's a dead-end road. So how do you get that, especially with young people that are impressionable, that with their older brothers and sisters, and they've got it all, basically, the girlfriend, the car, and everything else, and the job, and then they're flaunting around this money, and it's going for contraband or whatever. And so you just don't want to focus on that. But these programs, I just love this. You're facing the issues, and this is this opportunity. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagle Point Community Bible Church and this anonymous donor of up to $1 million by March 31st. I love, Michael, how you mentioned that by the end of the year, tax deductible.
Yeah, we're a 501c3 corporation. I think that's what we call a corporation. And so you will get a charitable giving receipt for any money that goes towards this type of giving. Yeah.
With all the giving, and I have seen an article recently how Southern Oregon, Jackson County, they do so well with all the outreach that goes on, all the ministries and the money that's given. It's great to see. It's inspiring to me even that, you can't take it with you. Mm-hmm. So give it away and let it inspire others.
Yeah. People, like we were talking about on the break, Craig, people are hurting. People want to fill a void in their life with something. Maybe they're going to fill it with drugs and alcohol. Maybe they're going to fill it with pornography. Maybe they're going to fill it with something out there. But we're there hoping that they fill it with Jesus Christ and his love, and that's the only eternal filling that's going to last. So we're trying to help, whether it's the kids, the people at the Eagle Cove retirement home, the single mom, the overburdened dad, whoever it might be, the family that's just in need, or the family that looks like they have it all put together in the perfect little package. We know there's no such thing as that. So whoever it might be, we're out there to try to meet the needs of our community, and we don't see the facilities as being the end goal, but they give us a platform to minister out of.
Exactly. So this money is going to go for the capital program, and you've got to have, the parameters are, got to build within a year.
Yeah, so the fundraising, Arise fundraiser, ends March 31st, and then we've been given a 12-month window to start construction. We don't want to sit on this money. The anonymous donor does not want us sitting on this money for years and years. They want something to happen. So as soon as the fundraiser ends, we're going to move right into finalizing our building plans, getting permits, and with whatever amount of money we have, we're going to go right into a building project to grow our facilities, to give people Jesus.
That's great. Well, Michael, we're out of time, but I just love what you're doing out there. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't encourage you enough. Check out epcbc.org, and that's the Eagle Point Community Bible Church, and their $1 million mysterious donor if they match the funds up to $1 million. So you hate to see any of that money go to waste.
Yeah, we don't want to leave anything on the table.
So we'll, and we're going to be talking as this year progresses, because I want to see where it gets to. That's the exciting part.
I'm excited to come report how it went.
Excellent. All right.
Thanks, Craig.
All right. We'll be back. More on the Sunrise Show. We continue. We'll post that up on our Facebook page. You can find us there. Hope your day is going well. ABC Sports is about 4 minutes away.
What's the sound of a dream?